Thinking about buying a home in Boston? Well, whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned home owner, navigating the Boston real estate market can be a unique challenge. The city is full of opportunities and wonderful homes all around, but like a lot of cities in the US, there's a lot of competition and high demand. So it's essential to be prepared. In this video, I'll share with you essential tips that will help you confidently find your dream home in Boston. So let's get started. Listen, the Boston housing market is so fast-paced, like it is in a lot of metropolitan areas in the US, which means that homes are going quickly and at competitive prices. So to succeed, you need to do your research and you need to research thoroughly. Start by identifying some of your preferred neighborhoods and start to learn what makes each of these neighborhoods unique, and what kind of their characteristic and personality is. From the historic charm of Beacon Hill to kind of the trendy new feel of the Seaport District, or even Cambridge, which has a feel that's somehow academic and artsy at the same time. Each neighborhood, each area has something different to offer. And then make sure you dive deeper into specifics of each neighborhood. For example, Beacon Hill, which we just mentioned, has brick townhomes, tree-lined streets. It feels like you're almost at times in colonial Boston when you're walking through Beacon Hill. Or if you're looking for a little more green space, Jamaica Plain is a little bit further from downtown, still in Boston, but a lot of green space, community feel. You can check out the Emerald Necklace, which is a vast network of parks that stretches from downtown through Jamaica Plain. So understanding the personality, the character, the uniqueness of each area or neighborhood will help you zero in on where you see yourself living. And finally, make sure you're examining the data. So market trends, average home prices, average price per square foot, days on market. And a realtor, an agent, can help you gather and analyze this data. Granted, a lot of this data you can find online, if not all of it you can find online, but an agent is really going to help you dive into it so you can start to understand what's realistic within your budget and really hone in on what is going to be the right neighborhood for you and help you be most successful, not in identifying what might be the right spot, but especially when it's time to put in an offer. So after figuring out which neighborhood areas might work best for you, next up is setting a realistic budget. Before you go diving into the home buying process, you need to take a close look at your finances. Yes, the home searching is fun, going to open houses, going to showing, it's fun, but you need to determine your maximum budget and account for additional costs such as property taxes, homeowners insurance, maintenance expenses, replacement expenses down the road. Keep in mind also that Boston's property taxes vary from city to city. They can be as low as 5, as high as 20. So make sure when you're doing your research, you're researching the specific rates, tax rates for the certain city or town. Now, in a competitive market, it's just good strategy to have a cushion for unexpected expenses, also opportunities to make a higher offer if you need to go above list price in a multiple offer situation. For example, desirable homes in desirable areas often find themselves in multiple offer competitive situations. Homes like in Back Bay or otherwise, they can attract bidding wars. So knowing your financial boundaries will give you that ceiling where you're able to go and still help you stay grounded financially. So again, it all comes back to making sure that budget and the financial wherewithal and the financial strategy all make sense. And to that end, you want to work with a trusted lender to get your pre-approval and on your mortgage. This step not only clarifies your budget, but also demonstrates to the seller that you're a serious buyer. And there isn't going to be any offer here in the Boston market, or really anywhere, that's going to be considered without a pre-approval of some sort. Plus, I have people asking me all the time, well, should I wait for the rates to drop, the interest rates to drop? Is it okay to buy now? And whether it's 7, 6, 5, anywhere in between, my number one question is, do you know what your monthly payment is going to look like for your mortgage? Because it's great to talk about the rates, but your monthly payment is the most important thing, whether it's 7, 6, or 5. If it's something you can afford and makes sense for you, then the rate doesn't matter as much as what that figure looks like on a monthly basis. So make sure you're discussing what your various loan options are with the lender. Maybe it's conventional financing, maybe it is an adjustable rate mortgage, maybe you can take advantage of first-time homebuyer rates or programs or grants. But again, working with that trusted lender, making sure you're accounting for additional items, replacement items down the line, homeowners insurance, condo association fees, all that, making sure that you're figuring those out and what your budget looks like is the next tip I have for you in your home search and moving to Boston. So after setting your budget, next up is setting your priority list of must-haves. When buying a home in Boston, it's easy to become overwhelmed with the options at different neighborhoods and different areas. So to stay focused and really to stay sane, I would say, make sure you're putting a list together of your must-haves, your nice-to-haves, and what I think is your most important list, your absolutely do not wants. And make sure you're considering not just number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, but the other criteria, such as commute times or neighborhood amenities. Maybe you want to be close to a playground or park. Maybe you need to be close to healthcare facilities. Maybe you need to be close to public transportation like the commuter rail, so you have a quick trip to work or into the city. So whether it's outdoor space as well or parking, whatever those criteria are, put those lists together. Boston has a lot of unique homes, older homes, for example. There's some great old colonials in Boston, but so much character and unique layouts, but you might be sacrificing on size of the bedrooms or closet space just because that's how they were built back then. So figuring out what you want, absolutely want, and what you maybe can compromise on is going to help you shape that search. For example, if you're looking for properties in South Boston, or Southie as it's affectionately known, you're probably looking for a short commute, quick commute into the city, and looking to be near the waterfront. If you're looking for a more residential feel, but still in Boston, probably looking at Brookline. So again, having a clear vision of what you want and what you do not want is going to help you focus your search, avoid the distractions, and really hone in on what's going to be that dream home. And just keep in mind that Boston has all sorts of options when it comes to housing. You have your single families, you have your condos, you have your townhomes, multifamilies as well. So don't necessarily always get focused in, or for example, single families. If you're not finding success with a single family home that's checking all the criteria or checking all the boxes, maybe shift that focus to a townhome that does check all the boxes. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper as well, and most importantly, you get that offer accepted. So it all starts after you set your budget with setting that list and being able to shape your search for what you're looking for. Tip number 4 is understanding the bidding process. The Boston market, known for its competitive housing market right now, it's part of why it's quickly become one of the most expensive cities to live in the U.S. Desirable homes in desirable neighborhoods are often receiving multiple offers over asking price. So to stand out, you need to make sure you're working with your realtor to craft the strongest offer possible, whether that's being flexible on closing terms, maybe you're putting forth a larger deposit or down payment. Working with your realtor is so key to making that strong offer stick, because it's not always just about price. It's how do your terms, and of course price of your offer, align with the seller's wants and needs. So when you're working with the realtor, make sure they're in touch with the listing agent to see what the seller is looking for an offer from a buyer. Maybe they need to close on a certain date, and if you can match that date, that's going to be perfect for them. Maybe it's waiving minor contingencies to make your offer more appealing. Discussing these strategies with your realtor and what's important. The seller is going to help you act decisively and quickly when it comes to putting forth a strong offer. Now, while it's tempting to waive contingencies to make your offer more attractive, as always, proceed with caution. Waiving a home inspection, for example, could make your offer stronger, but could also leave you vulnerable down the road to unforeseen costs. So again, working with the realtor to make sure that your offer is as competitive as possible while also protecting you as a buyer is going to be so key. Speaking of realtors, tip number 5 is working with a local expert, a local realtor. Navigating Boston's housing market is much easier with a local realtor and expert by your side. An experienced Boston realtor understands the different nuances of different neighborhoods, market trends, how to effectively negotiate in competitive situations. Every home, each offer situation is different. It's like a snowflake. No one is the same. So you can't always use the same strategies for different offer situations and competitive situations. So they're going to know hopefully also about off-market properties or soon-to-market properties, giving you an edge. And your realtor is going to help find you homes that fit your criteria, arrange showings, and just guide you through every step of the home buying process. Their local connections like mortgage lenders, attorneys, home inspectors are going to hopefully help you save time, money, and just ensure a smooth process and transaction. And in a competitive market like Boston's, having someone with a good team is going to help you anticipate challenges, navigate hurdles when they arise during the home buying process, because there's always something that happens, and how are you going to provide solutions to those problems when they occur. A good local realtor is going to help overcome those challenges. So when interviewing potential realtors, make sure you're asking about experience, of course, knowledge of your preferred neighborhoods or where you were thinking about living, and their approach to the home buying process. Because an agent that's been in it for 30 or 40 years may not be a better agent than someone who's been doing it 5 or 6. A good local realtor is going to have valuable insights and experience into the home buying process. But perhaps most importantly, they're going to help you feel confident and supported during the home buying process and get you to the finish line. So tip number 6 is preparing for additional costs. So building a little bit on something we mentioned earlier, buying a home involves so much more than just the purchase price. In Boston, property taxes, homeowner association fees, closing costs, they can all add up quickly. Yes, your monthly mortgage payment is going to involve principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. But before making an offer, calculate all of these additional expenses to ensure this property fits your budget. So don't forget about ongoing maintenance, potential renovations, especially if you're considering an older home. In Boston, historic neighborhoods, you may require updates for plumbing, electrical systems, insulation. Again, those costs can add up quickly, and making sure you're setting aside a budget for those potential costs, it's going to give you just peace of mind that you're going to be okay living in your home and replacing or updating what needs to be done so after you take ownership of the home. So additionally, Boston's winter weather can definitely lead to some specific maintenance needs, whether it's snow removal or a heating system updates or repairs. So being prepared for those costs will make sure that you're financially ready for ownership and the years ahead. Last tip here is stay patient and stay flexible. The home buying process is so challenging. It is anywhere, but particularly in a market like Boston. So you may face competition, bidding wars. You may need to adjust your expectations or maybe your criteria as you search. Just stay patient and trust that the right home will come along. I've seen clients so bummed out that they missed out on a particular home, but I tell them, I guarantee them, there will be more homes that come to market in the future. It's going to happen. And there's going to be another great situation that's going to present itself at some time. So just make sure you stay patient. Flexibility could also be a key as well. If you're open to exploring kind of up and coming neighborhoods or maybe some properties that need some work, you might be able to find some hidden gems that others have overlooked. For instance, areas like East Boston, Dorchester, really up and coming communities and neighborhoods, a lot of development there as of late, a lot of opportunities perhaps for buyers looking to or willing to look outside of the traditional hotspots. So again, lean on your realtor for guidance. And remember that every setback is just a step and a lesson learned as you journey towards the goal of your dream home. So celebrate the small wins along the way, as always, and just keep those ultimate goals and that ultimate dream home in mind as you go through your journey. Buying a home in Boston is an exciting journey, adventure, whatever you want to call it. But with these essential tips, you're now well prepared to navigate the process with confidence. So if you're ready to start your search or have any questions, I'm here to help. Let's work together to find the right place, the perfect home for you in Boston. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to help you call Boston your new home.